What's the deal? What's the deal? We are back with another monologue. Got that vintage Death Row joint on today. That's how we feeling. You know what I mean? Go Lions. We just got that double up, that not double overtime. What am I talking about? That overtime win. You know what I'm saying? A real nail biter. Man, we got to get another quarterback. I'm gonna say we definitely got to get another quarterback. But all right, without further ado, I didn't even take an old school. Got the Rello. I ain't doing a leaf. We're gonna talk about being a black man in America. We're not talking about being a nigga. We ain't talking about being a YN. We ain't talking about being an OG. We talking about being a black man in America. So, all right. It's like walking through a world that watches you before it hears you, judges you before it knows you, and fears you before it ever meets you. Every room you step into, you feel the measurement. Am I too loud? Am I too quiet? Am I too confident? Am I too successful? Too much of seeing that already decided I was before I even opened my mouth. They don't see the whole picture. They see the headline, never the man. They see strength, but not the weight that built it. They see survival, but not the battles fought in silence. And sometimes they see everything except humanity. Being a black man today means carrying two versions of yourself, the one that the world expects and the one that you actually are. And somehow you still have to build a life, build a legacy, and stay sane in a country that took centuries just to let you breathe. It's fucked up, ain't it? Centuries. But you gotta act like everything all good though. When you moving. It's crazy. But it's not all struggle. There's pride in the skin, there's royalty in the walk, there's resilience in the bloodline that refuses to fold. We come from a people who weren't supposed to make it, but did. We weren't supposed to learn, but we taught ourselves. We weren't supposed to lead, but we changed nations. And because of that, I carry myself like a man who understands his assignment, being a black man today means knowing the world won't always clap for you. Won't always clap for you. But your kids will. Your community, your ancestors already are. That means moving with purpose. Because our progress is bigger than our pain, it means healing from your trauma. And you didn't create it, or if you did create it, you still got to heal from it. You know what I'm saying? And building a future you may not get credit for. You grind. You love harder than the world expects you to. You protect people even when nobody protects you back. You show up, you work to fatherhood, to responsibility, to life. And even when you carry the scars, the world doesn't see it. You keep moving like a king who knows what his worth is. So yeah, being a black man in America isn't easy, but it's powerful. It's sacred. It's divine work. And every day I wake up, I remind myself, I am not what happened to me. I'm what I choose to become. And I choose to be a man, a leader, a protector, a provider, a builder, a king. You got to speak something into yourself, man. That's the whole point of the monologue. If you don't speak something into yourself, who will? You know what I'm saying? A lot of times we look at, might as well close that up for a second. We look at we measure ourselves by what other people are doing, and we don't look at what we need to do to compound our gains, meaning, our goals and different things of that nature. So that's where we go wrong first and foremost. We got to focus on knocking out what we need to knock out ourselves in the right manner, and being able to speak life into ourselves and not wait for somebody else to speak life into you. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like with the, you know, and I don't have I don't have an opinion either way on reparations, but what I'm saying is like when you had a mindset waiting on reparations and not looking for how can I build something to, you know what I'm saying, give me longer lasting leverage in life. You know what I'm saying? Waiting on something that's owed to you. It's cool, you can have patience, but you still gotta have drive to do some other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because however you want to look at it, you got to have more than one stream of income, and that's just a stream of income. If we talking about reparations, if we talk, we're theoretically speaking, if it does happen, but if it doesn't, then you should have been building something. You should have been crafting something. You know what I'm saying? You should have been putting yourself in a different stratosphere. You know what I'm saying? Mentally, physically, and financially. That's one of the first and foremost. You know what I'm saying? What do your investments look like? What does your budget look like? How does your approach to your vices look like? You know, all of these things come into a play, but you still got to speak life into yourself. You know what I'm saying? After you speak life into yourself, a lot of different, you know, things open up for you. You know what I'm saying? Because as black men, we got to learn to love ourselves first. We can't walk with the illusion of love for ourselves. That's the, you know, for instance, let me pour into my wardrobe versus my health and my wealth. You know what I'm saying? So you more so looking into an avenue that will make you look the part, but you don't feel the part from the inside. You know what I'm saying? So even if you're a brother that got to heal, you know what I'm saying? If you're gonna lead a family or lead a situation, how you gonna do that if you're not, you know, if you can't be repaired from the inside, you know what I'm saying? So you can't come out, you know, thinking that you have, you know, you went through some type of mental apprenticeship and it gave you healing powers and it gave you a certain reflection. Because if you're not done that work, then you can't get out here and try to focus on being the leader. You still need to be a good follower. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, don't be mad at the circumstances. You know what I'm saying? These circumstances keep crafting us to be even greater than we could have imagined. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I figured I talk about that. You know what I'm saying? I talk about our not being able to look at life through different perspectives. You know what I'm saying? I got a homeboy, shout out my man's Paper. He always says, you know, taking the perspective of somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Or thinking about different perspectives, not just the one that you subscribe to, basically. You know what I'm saying? We all got reasons and stuff that we do stuff. So being able to look at things from a different, you know what I'm saying, vantage point is very important because it gives you a strategic way to just approach life in general. You know what I'm saying? A strategic way to appreciate people. And it gives you diversity in thought. You know what I'm saying? Everything isn't one track, 2 or 3. You know, it's 8 billion people in the world roughly. So many different mindsets you have. You know, you can be in this motherfucker. We can be 8 billion Christians, and we still not going to approach Christianity the same. So you got to just, you know, be able to, you know, pull from the person sitting over there's perspective sometimes. Learn to understand before you're trying to be understood. My man's Nate, you know what I'm saying? Beezy, he always hit me with that. You know what I'm saying? Learn to understand before you trying to be understood. All right, we gotta find a motherfucking writer. Be right back, my peoples. Hold on 1 second. Oh snap! Let's get back over here. Yeah. All right. This gonna be crazy because it's little ass. This lighter is broke. And I'm not about to go hunt no lighters down. And if you like something off the stove, it's like, that shit ain't gonna stay lit. But, you know, being a black man means